Weenies, you are joined here with Victor Garsley.
I'm Crowboy.
I am Mr. Grave.
And he is disgusting, and I'm Frankenstein.
And welcome to Sin and Gin Podcast, the podcast about... Fuck knows, I don't know.
Gin.
Gin.
Different types of gin. My favourite type of gin is regular gin. What's yours?
Tesco's own.
My favourite is gin rummy.
Gin rummy? What, are you 52?
Obviously.
I still think we should have called it Sin and Tonic.
What could have been?
But then you couldn't go sin and tonic.
Yeah, but we would have had a different intro.
Tonic and
tonic.
We could have had a cool rap.
Yeah, we are known. I mean, Victor and the Bully albums are known for cool raps.
I say we bring in a cool rap that I do. No, that Nancy does.
Yeah,
in the next
in her like deep Thamesmead accent.
Yeah, because Nancy has got a voice that you don't expect to
come
suit
out of
her
that
angelic face. No.
Yeah, we were just talking. We did sound like off air, if you will. We sound like a bunch of old men because we were going. Well, the pop songs these days always have a rapper pop up in the middle of them, and I don't like it.
I'm not too sure about it.
We mainly get annoyed when
purists.
Sean Paul just turns up.
Sean Paul doesn't make his own music anymore. He
turns up everyone else's.
Just appears and says his name about 5 times.
Sean Paul.
He's the Candyman of the rap area.
No, I got nothing against Sean Paul. But
Sean Paul.
I know, yeah.
There we go.
Big it up to Sean Paul. Here it comes.
I'm not gonna lie. Sean Paul's made some bangers though, which is more than I can say for some of these other ones that appear. He had that one, didn't he, about the temperature's right. He was having a nice
when he was the weatherman that day.
Yeah, or he was having a nice bath. I don't know.
I have no idea what you're on about.
Ash, have you had a bath today?
Yeah, I've had a bath today.
Nice.
Inside joke that nobody knows.
So, how are we, guys? Joe, how are you?
I am. I'm good.
What's coming up? You got a gig coming up, haven't you?
I've got a gig coming up.
I know.
What?
The first gig since lockdown. So me and my housemate Rob are made a little acoustic duo called No Refunds, because that's what people are going to ask for when we start playing. So we thought we'd make it very clear in
They're going to ask for no refunds.
No, they're going to ask for refunds, and the band's called No Refunds, just to make it really clear.
So what's that? Is it just covers? What is it?
It's just acoustic duo covers. But our first gig is we're a big venue. We're playing at a nursing home.
Nice,
incredible.
Yeah. In the garden, like at
the garden.
Yeah,
a distance.
What's your crowd size?
I don't know. Actually, probably bigger than most gigs we play. Probably about 30 people there.
It's going to be bigger than most Victor and the Billy Rebel ones.
Yeah, well, exactly. The age demographic. I mean, they're going to love it. They're going to love it. They're
going to get drunk. You're going to finger someone.
They're going to be confused when we play songs like Teenage Dirtbag, I think.
Are you going to play Teenage Dirtbag?
We thought it'd be ironic.
Oh my god, that'd be so good. Can you stream it onto the Sinners page or something?
No, it's getting, the whole gig's getting live streamed on Facebook. Brilliant. So do a watch party.
Oh my god,
I'll be well up for that.
When is it? Sunday?
No, it's next Friday. So the 20. Well, I say next Friday. That's no context when you listen to a podcast. It's Friday the 26th.
Oh, okay. Oh, nice. That'll be hilarious.
I also have a big presentation coming up tomorrow, which is this Friday.
Oh yeah, you wanted our help, didn't you?
Yeah. So we'll go over that in a minute.
Okay. So, Mr. Graves, how's your week going?
Very good, actually. I've been enjoying the TV show Chernobyl, which is have you guys watched
the
that?
Comedy? Yes, I have seen it.
I tell you what, though. I tell you what's amazed me, and I never thought really to this day that it would be such a thing. But isn't it amazing how people from Ukraine sound like they're from Yorkshire and like London and stuff like that? Have you seen the show? There's a fireman in the show, and he's got a Yorkshire accent. Incredible, like how Ukrainians almost sound like they're from different parts of the UK. It's mental, absolutely mental.
It is an incredible show. I watched it in its hype when it was out.
In its hype.
Yeah, I've got it on my to watch.
I've been watching Doom Patrol.
Is that good?
Oh,
it's really good, but it's bloody weird.
Oh yeah,
really weird. Yeah,
it's the first thing with Brendan Fraser in years.
Yeah, Yeah.
He's been a disappearing actor.
Yeah, I know. And then you remember him as like George of the Jungle, and then I know
or
he's
the
been
Mummy
he's been for a lot of bad times, hasn't he?
Monkey Bone, The Mummy.
Is it about Doom the game?
No.
No,
No,
it's
DC.
DC.
Well,
DC comic
then I
book.
don't want to watch it.
And Ash, how are you? You've had no any more? Did you get your Ernie Bolt strings or?
I ended up with 2 actually.
The satisfying
Two
conclusion.
strings.
So yeah, it was pretty damn good. Two
that's an
yeah,
E
2
and a
strings,
G.
Dave. Yeah,
Yeah.
2 strings. 2 strings.
2 strings.
So you've had no more.
No qualms. I got a load of guitar clean stuff delivered the other day. No problems. Deep cleaned both of my guitars.
Oh,
It was
nice.
fun. Yeah, you know, as you do.
I know people have been waiting.
Harry Scott accompanied me. Gave me a bit
Yeah.
of scent bang. Rubbed my brow when I got hot.
I know a lot of people would have been waiting to hear the conclusion of that story. So thank you for tying that one up. yeah.
Mate, I knew it was one of those cliffhanger moments. I knew it.
So I've recently spent £120 on Ninja Turtle action figures.
Of course.
33
You shouldn't
by
have a
one.
real person job, Matt.
I know I shouldn't. I know I shouldn't.
You should work on minimum wage, and then you won't be tempted to buy all these toys.
Well, let's see. You know, I don't want kids. You know, I'm just.
I want
happy.
Ninja Turtles.
You can have one turtle. One turtle. That's
You
it.
can't. I mean, all right. After 3, we all shout out our
All right.
favourite turtle.
Right, yep.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Michelangelo.
Picasso.
Michelangelo.
Whoa.
Oh, we nearly had 4 different ones.
We have
I said
2
Picasso.
Michelangelos there.
Oh, very
One of them
funny.
was not the 4.
No, mine was Leonardo.
Okay. Oh, so we nearly had 4 different ones, but me and Dave both went for Michelangelo.
Guess what I'm doing tomorrow, guys?
Having sex with your 4 action figures.
I'm gonna have sex with my 4 action figures.
Michelangelo.
I'm gonna pretend I'm a giant fucking a small turtle.
Can we talk about the fact that
Super Shredder. Yeah.
a bit like Shaggy from Scooby Doo, Michelangelo has definitely spent his time high. He was
Oh, yeah.
smoking weed, because who eats that much pizza under normal
What you
circumstances?
talking about, dude?
Yeah, and speaks like that.
Cowabunga!
He clearly was from California, and the show is like set in what looks like New York. But he's a turtle that's always lived in New York.
Maybe he got
For some
flushed.
reason, sounded like a surfer dude.
Maybe
Yeah.
when he was a young turtle, he
Just
got
what-
flushed from a Californian toilet, and the system went all the way to New York for some deranged reason.
Maybe he's like a fresh.
It travelled
Bel
coast
Air
to
where he got a
coast.
taxi.
He got,
Got a taxi.
Yeah.
and
Anyway,
did he say
what-
to the driver, "Smell you later"?
Yeah.
Hey, go on then. Yeah, what were you going to say?
I'm going to the zoo tomorrow.
No.
Yeah.
It's going to be
going
as
the
good as
zoo.
Ash's string story.
Well, I haven't been
animals
to the
to
zoo yet, so there's not really much of a story to go by.
Okay, what's your favourite animal from the zoo?
Crabs.
Been there yet?
No.
Mine's red panda.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, red pandas are good. I don't know actually. I like a rhino.
Rhino.
Is it because
actually,
of that scene from Ace Ventura too?
Yeah. I just look at a rhino and just think, God, I want to climb out that arsehole.
Kind of hard in these rhinos.
I like an anteater. In fact, no,
they're pretty cool.
I like animals that aren't like, you know, what's it? Colchester Zoo. They've got hyenas.
Oh, yeah.
Like you never see hyenas.
It's true, actually. I've been to a couple of zoos in random places that haven't. They make horrible noises. I know that's the whole shtick with them.
Yeah, it's not the easiest wank.
That's what I sound like.
Yeah.
While you're wanking.
Or
But before
I
and
mean,
after.
I also like, and this is like a generic crowd favourite, but the meerkats, because they're little faces.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but what I do love is that you haven't mentioned otters.
Oh well.
Shows where your loyalty really is.
Yeah.
you know?
Fucking bring it up, didn't you?
To be fair, there was a couple of zoos I've been to where I've stood at the otters for like a good 45 minutes just watching them.
Sure.
Oh no, because they
Watching
get
them
little
eat.
stones.
Now you're making it up.
Billy.
And then,
Now
and
you're
then
making it up.
all the crabs from the opposite exhibit are going.
Yeah,
went-
fuck you.
I went to
my God.
last year. I went to an otter sanctuary, and they just.
Some audio went fucking weird.
Remix. I almost feel like I want they just in the podcast. They just. I really, if it is recorded, that is.
I had a small technical error there, but it's all fixed now.
Boo.
Boo to technical
Boo
errors.
you.
Oh yeah. So Matt, what we got coming up today?
We got Count Factula, of course.
Ooh, spooky.
We've got a game where you are going to be the audience, Joe. Called
Just me.
Yes, well, and the others. But normally you're the one doing the quizzes.
This is true. Yeah.
So it's called Crummy or Dummy.
Bloody awful, really.
Sounds yummy.
We have the wonderful named Shit News. And of course we've got the Blank O Mattic.
The classic.
So it's a pretty standard Sin and Gin podcast, but that's how we roll.
Yeah, you get what you pay for.
Do what we want.
You get what you pay for, which is nothing.
I know. I wish we could get sponsors.
Would be nice.
I'm sure we could, but like probably the bottom tier.
The system that we use to upload these podcasts are all American. Plus, they'd also be thrown in with our shit adverts.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
No one will know what's real and what isn't.
Mother's chuff wax.
We'd be like, download this Honey app, and you can get blah 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 blah. Mother's chuff wax.
Use your honey discount code for your.
Ash's chum bucket and Audible. Okay, so I suppose it's probably time for. He's lost your pop shield.
I was worried about all the
Pop
popping
shield.
that was going to
It's
happen.
just a
then.
disaster. And
You got so excited by Mother's chuff wax.
Oxy shield.
Yeah, he's so poppy. So yeah, Count Factula, that little cheeky bastard.
I've got facts for you. You've got facts for me. Well, here comes Count Factula to drain you with his facts.
I am Count Factula. Ma, 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 ma.
That was really
It's kind of musical.
calling out to his mama. Mama.
Mama. Factula.
So to change it up a little bit, I am
free.
introducing Count Factula this week.
Oh.
You've been promoted.
I know. I'm no longer a lackey.
Don't fuck it up.
Ruined it already.
Right, Count Factula, as most of you will probably know, but for all you new ones that are here on the podcast, it is a section where we all pick a random fact that we probably find about 5 minutes before we actually start this podcast.
Yep.
And we relive the tales of the past and the weird and the amazing to each other and to you, the audience. So,
You had a bit of a Carl Sagan thing going on there.
yeah, I don't know where that came from. I'm quite happy with it. But
I felt really comfortable then.
all fuzzy inside. Oh. So, Mr. Grave.
Hello.
Let's go with you first, since your Count Factula was so incredible.
Oh, well, thank you very much. Well,
You're more than welcome, sir.
I thought I'd on previous episodes.
It's about poo, isn't it?
No, it's close to poo. About willies. So close to the region of poo.
Did you know, as you get older, they get more brown?
Is it about Big Brown Dad Willies?
It's about brown dad willies.
No, we can't talk about that for a third week in a row.
No, because I
can.
thought I'd look into.
I'm putting my foot down now.
No. I want to hear. I want to hear what you've got to say.
All right.
We discussed it, and we all went, "Have you got a brown dad willy?" And 2 out of 4 of us were like,
We didn't
yeah,
look into the
me and
science
Matt.
of Brown Dad Willies.
Well, it's all about your sex hormones. Would you believe it or not? And it's all about the level of hormones present in your body, such as testosterone. And all different types of testosterone and different types of that affects how much melatonin your body produces. And some reason it always goes to your sexual glands. Now, for example, a young woman, as you're a child, your nipples are usually lighter, but as you get older, they darken. Same with darken over age. So sexual points of your body, for some reason, the melatonin levels in your body produce different types of pigmentation and produce a darker section of your sexual glands. For some reason, it always goes to sexual parts of your body, be it male or female. So for females, it's your nipples that darken, and for men, your penis will darken. But
So the male nipple's not.
I can't believe it.
I don't know. I mean, like, I'm pretty sure that's darker than it was years ago.
Such
But for the audio
My
people,
homework.
Dave just whipped his nippy out.
Whipped a nippy. He's whipped a nippy. Everyone.
jingly jangly nippy.
Yeah. Can we all just take a minute to find our Dulux color at our age now and check back in 10 years?
If you go to
Our
home,
podcast 1603.
young nipple colour, and old nipple colour.
I'll tell you what. Well, take a picture of our genitals, take it into B&Q, but we won't have it so it's like they know it's your genitals. So it's just like I saw this
really close
colour,
zoom indeed.
I saw this colour. Take it in, get the colour code, and then we all discuss what colour code we've got.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
Fine.
And whoever gets the darkest.
They also have an app for it, Matt.
Yeah, I was going to say you could probably get like the RGB.
Dulux have an app. But if you want to go into B&Q with pictures of your dick, I mean,
Yes.
who am I to
showing all
stop
the old
you?
workers.
Do. 33, do what I want.
Some 60-year-old woman working at B&Q, and you were showing
would you
her
say
your cock.
that's mocha?
Yeah. Next week, shit.
Would you say that's Dad Brown?
Yeah. Next week's shit news is going to be man 33 arrested in B&Q for ripping out his cock and putting it on the scanning machine.
I must admit, Dave, I'm mighty impressed that you turned that into a fact. That's,
Well, the one thing that
I'm not impressed. No,
Oh, well,
I'm disgusted.
maybe not surprised.
good. I thought I'd make the effort, just see why our dicks are going darker than the rest of our body. But there is one thing I should point out for you listeners out there. It is also possibility that the characteristics of your skin turning a darker colour could also be to do with diabetes and sugar content in your body. So if there's
Don't bring us all down.
goes wrong like that, get checked by a doctor.
And that concludes today's Sin and Gin.
Peace.
Okay, well, on that slightly darker note, Joe, do you want to go?
You know
next?
what? Shall I bring us back with some wholesome? I'll bring us back with a wholesome fact.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
go for it.
So, residents of the Galapagos Island, I have to get that right, Galapagos Island of Floriana, use a barrel of disorganized mail.
Florianus.
No, Floriana, sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
Let me start that one again. Residents of the Galapagos Island, Floriana, use a barrel of disorganized mail in place of a formal postal system. So tourists are responsible for sorting through the mail, grabbing any parcels they can deliver on the way they're headed. So this is a tradition, and the first recorded...
So they got no postal system at all.
they've got no postal system at
So
all.
like you land like looking for your holiday, and they're like, "Cool, where are you going? Take these."
Yeah, pretty much.
So you pay
the key.
for an expensive holiday to deliver people's mail.
Well,
I love it.
I think it's a bit... I find it quite charming. So the first instance of this that's recorded...
That's where
is-
your early bolt strings went.
Yeah, exactly. To the Galapagos Islands. There's some 18th century whalers who washed up here, and basically they had a bit of a system of... Oh, they didn't wash up there. They passed there on their way. And they had a bit of a system for getting in contact with their families. Because if they were going away from where they lived, they basically set up this barrel, and ships that were returning home would pick up on the way all the letters and take them home back to England or wherever they were going. And this became a bit of a tradition. And now it's kind of like the islands thing. So it's got the posts, because not many people actually live there. But it's got some posts, and it's also got, if you go there, it's a bit of a tradition that you leave like a note for the next person to kind of read. So it's quite hard. I think it's quite
That's
wholesome.
cute. Yeah.
But because there's so few residents, there's no point having a formal postal system. So they kind of have that.
So
how
if
many
the
people
way,
live there?
if I was, yeah,
Sorry,
go on.
Don't actually
So,
know
you're
that.
right.
Fair.
I was going to
Yeah,
say,
we
because if the island are made up of whalers, does that mean all the sharks still have their livers over there?
No, that's whales.
yeah.
That was killer whales, not whalers.
Yeah, and obviously, I guess it all depends on.
Like, nice throwback to the last episode. though.
I know, I like it.
I guess it all depends
episodes.
on like how much the postage is using the railway station.
Oh,
And
You
that's
tied in a dad joke in there. Very nice. So yeah, that's my fact.
Oh, okay, that's cute. I like
That's-
it.
that was quite cute. That
Who's
was
next?
nice.
Ashley?
Mr. Rogers.
Okay.
Roger
Do
me
you
with
guys
facts.
like agriculture?
Oh, I love it.
My favourite.
I love agriculture.
Can't get enough of it.
There is a vault on a remote island in Norway known as the Doomsday Vault.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
I've heard of this.
There
Oh,
is.
okay. All right. Well, I'll stop the flat there then.
Right, next.
So, it's on a remote island in Norway known as the Doomsday Vault or Svalbard Global Seed Vault.
Yes.
The Nordic gene bank has started in 2008, and it stores currently around 1 million different varieties of seeds. and it's in an old mine in a big mountain in this remote Arctic wasteland, basically. And the reason it's in this particular mine is so they don't have to refrigerate it. It's permanently cold, even in the summer. And it's 150 meters deep in this tunnel. There are 3 chambers, but only the middle chamber is used for these seeds. In there, they have some wheat that could last thousands of years. And literally, this vault is made in case it's the end of the world. Or if like a particular species of a plant is extinct, and, you know, let's just say this plant species is the cure for cancer, this place will have all the seeds for all your seed needs.
Seed needs. Right.
Yeah, so some most recent specimens include seeds grown by some Cherokee Indians and seeds from the Prince Charles estate.
Yeah.
And scientists literally will travel the world just to find new seeds to put in the vault.
I mean, that's great.
That's pretty cool. And you know, then there's a similar thing in England. Well, it's not similar because it's not so apocalyptic in its nature, but there is a botanical, I guess, reserve that has nearly every strain of plant that we have or flower growing in it, and it includes lots of poisonous, like really poisonous ones.
Is this at Kew Gardens?
It's not Kew Gardens. Kew Gardens has a similar thing, but this is much bigger in scope. Somewhere in the Midlands.
Probably not as touristy.
I think I've heard of it, yeah.
I went to Kew Gardens, right? And this was a couple of years back. And I'll tell you what, I was fucking pissed off, right? I turned up, right?
Don't ruin this, because I love Kew Gardens. So.
I had a voucher, right? No, listen here. Fucking listen here.
This is Matt's Soapbox, everyone. Welcome to Matt's Soapbox.
I had a voucher, right? For Kew Gardens. Right, and I went there, and I travelled all the way from Dartford, and I said, "Here's the voucher." Well, all right, it was enough. Right, I got there, and they were like, "No, you can't use that voucher." And I said, "Why not? Why can't I use the voucher?" And then they're like, "Because it's not for this place." And I was like, "Well, no, it was just like, you know how you get like the different reserve places."
Oh, yeah.
And it was the wrong reserve. So I was like, well, fine, whatever. So I was with an ex-girlfriend at the time, and I had to pick up the bill, you know, and it was fucking expensive. It was like 60 quid or something. And I went in there, right, and it was winter, and there was nothing there. All the things were closed.
Well, more for you.
I bet none of the animals
going
were
to
out
a fucking...
Why charge full price?
You went to a botanical gardens, the most beautiful botanical gardens in the world, in the middle of fucking winter when all the flowers are closed.
Why are they charging? It was like autumn time. It wasn't like winter.
Botanical garden meant to be all year because it's inside.
Yeah,
that was closed.
But Kew Gardens got a lot of outside bits.
No, never going again. I'm going to burn the place down.
I think we should
was your voucher for Kew Gardens, not Kew Gardens? Is that what it was?
It was for your mum's garden.
Oh,
I've got vouchers for your mum's garden.
Ash, did you have a fact this week?
Do you know what's really funny? Do you know what's really funny?
Is it about Kew Gardens?
Is it about your mum?
It's about your mum jokes.
Hey, good segue.
Weird.
We are so professional.
I was in the Sinners group last night, and we went on a bit of a tirade and just come out with loads of your mum jokes. I thought I'll have a look into maybe the origin. Turns out the earliest recorded your mum joke was from 3,500 years ago, and it was written on a tablet in Iraq.
They had iPads back then.
Yeah. Did they?
You said it was on a tablet.
Oh,
that's your bad joke.
Hey. So anyway, the tablet itself, it was a sort of a Babylonian sort of a student, it's believed, that inscribed 6 riddles on the tablet, and they were like sort of like supposed to be sort of like borderline jokes, and there was ones related to beer, sort of like it was a political joke in there. And it's funny because your mum joke that's there, it's not actually fully complete, but it's something about someone or something having sex with your mum. That's pretty much.
And that is the most classic of your mum jokes, really.
Yeah,
isn't it?
exactly. Yeah. So, like for example, it's really weird because the translation is obviously really shoddy because it's old. But like for example, like your mum. There you go. So, like for example, this one says, "In your mouth and your teeth constantly stared at you, the measuring vessel of your lord. What is it?" And apparently, it's beer. Apparently, I have no idea why, but there you go.
Sick burn.
Yeah, I know. It must have been a bit different back then. So. There was one about a governor. It says he gouged out the eye. It's not the fate of a dead man. He cut the throat. A dead man. Who is it? And apparently it's a governor. I have no idea. But I'll tell you what, it makes me wonder whether this guy was actually that funny. I have no idea. He might have been he might have been a Lee Evans type back then. You never know. He might have been wacky and wild. He might have acted it all out as he wrote
What's
it.
happened to Lee Evans?
Yeah, he sweated out of existence.
He just
He literally one day he went to tap away the sweat and he just like vanished and the towel just dropped to the floor.
Oh,
and everyone at the venue went, "That's it.
That's
Run
it.
out.
He's done. He's done it. He's completed it.
He's told every joke. He got to level 32.
He's done it. Well done.
Ash, you talking of the Babylonian your mum jokes always reminds me a bit of the. Have you ever seen like Roman graffiti?
Yeah.
Roman graffiti is the best colour. I've just pulled up some examples. It just says, "You are a nasty boy" is one of the Roman graffitis. Epaphra, you are bald. Whoa. And there's one about an innkeeper. This is quite a burn, this one. "If only Simmer swindling would dupe you, innkeeper. You sell water and drink the undilated wine yourself."
Oh, sick burn.
Right.
Tell him, Caesar.
You are a clown, a thief, and a cheap crook. That's quite. I might bring that back.
Oh, I like that.
I'll bring that on that. Well, to finish off my fact, what's everyone's favourite your mum joke? If the one that you can think of.
Mum's so fat. There was one like about her rolling in a bed back in the day. Like you roll over once.
Back in there.
Like when like we were kids and your mum jokes were like everywhere. Like literally, like every other word would be a your mum joke. There was one about something about her rolling over in the bed because she was so fat. What was the joke?
I'd be honest. I'm not really up to date on my your mum jokes.
Your mum's so fat, even her portraits hang themselves.
Well, from yesterday at least, from the ones that I was reading up on yesterday for the jokes, my favourite one was, "Your mum is so fat that when I thought of her, I broke my neck." I just really thought it was
what?
Oh, shit.
When your
so
mum,
heavy?
what is that? Oh, come on! When your mum, how is
I
it?
was so fat. When I thought of her, I broke my neck because she had to think, and she's so fat.
Oh my god! Come on, guys.
What about a modern one? Your mum's so fat she has to take selfies in panoramic view.
See, that's a good one.
See,
you don't have to think about it.
Yeah,
and we're all thick as shit. So.
I can't believe you guys didn't
your
find
mum's
that
not very well. She's got cancer.
We're all thinking of her.
Lee, she should go see a beautician.
Beautician?
Your mum is
Let's
so
not go
fat
into
that
this
her
one.
belt size is equator.
Okay, that's a bit better. That's a classic.
What's the? It's like, oh, that's it. Your mum's so fat she's got her own orbit.
Oh yeah.
That's a classic.
Anyway,
moving swiftly
Fat
on.
mums.
Next up we have Crummy or Dummy.
Yeah, your mum.
You've been using that same old Dove soap. What the fuck are you playing at? Time to get something new in your life, you silly twats. Get something like Pigeon Soap. Pigeon Soap is the future. You want to smell like London? Live like London. Get on the Pigeon Soap and make yourself smell better, you smelly bloody bastard. Look at you, you stink. Get some Pigeon Soap in your life. Bloody hell, I can smell you from here and it's an advert. Bloody hell. Pigeon Soap shits on the Dove so you don't have no pigeons.
Okay, weenies, it is time for me to host a game. And this week it is called Crummy or Dummy.
Controversial.
I
will be judging you on your hosting skills.
Okay. Well.
Okay.
Okay. Then. I'm gonna go kill myself. Bye.
No.
So this is based off of the same concept that Joe normally does. I've nicked his idea. And Crummy or Dummy. Now, there are many cakes in the world, such as Spotted Dick, Eton Mess, and others.
Anon.
And Anonymous. Baked Alaska. Now, there are many different funny named cakes. And I found some funny named cakes, but I've also made up some funny named cakes as well.
Nice.
And you have to guess
Which is which.
If it's true, it's a crummy. And if it's not, it's a dummy.
I feel at a disadvantage because I'm lactose intolerant, so I don't eat cake.
Well, I don't eat wheat, but I'm the host.
I don't eat,
I'm
I don't
vegan.
eat cakes, so
Get over it.
All right, Marie Antoinette.
we're all good.
Get us with it.
Okay. Are we ready?
Yes.
A custard Jim Jam.
What was the dummy?
Crummy.
I'll say dummy.
Is a dummy.
Hey, should I be taking note of the score, Matt?
Yeah, please.
Okay.
A Summerberry Grunt.
Oh, it's difficult.
I'm going to say crummy.
Yeah. No, I'm going to go dummy.
I'm gonna go crummy.
It is crummy. It is a it's a cobbler slow cooked with berries.
We are stealing away with this, Ash.
Going you cakes.
A peach brown Betty.
I'm gonna say crummy.
Dummy.
Peach brown Betty, bam balam.
Oh, peach Betty.
I'm going to say dummy.
It is a crummy.
Oh,
It is a fruit crisp with breadcrumb topping.
I'm free for free at the
Nice.
minute.
Yeah.
A creme pog.
That's a dummy. Sure.
Dummy.
Dummy. I'm gonna go dummy.
You look too happy with the word pog.
It's a crummy.
Oh!
It is a Welsh pancake, thicker and cooked on a griddle.
Oh, bollocks.
A wet Susan.
That's got to be a dummy. Sure.
I'm going to say crummy.
I'm gonna say dummy.
It is a dummy.
Yeah, boy.
Everyone wrong.
A, s-
You got 1 point, Dave. You got 1 point.
Am I? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
a smooth dick.
I'm
No,
Dummy.
that's crummy.
I'm gonna say dummy.
crummy.
Dave?
Crummy. Crummy,
It is
sorry.
a dummy.
Oh, I'm so good at this game.
That's the best.
Tramp's tart.
I'm gonna say crummy.
Dummy.
No, it's a dummy.
It's a dummy.
Yeah. What's that, a 32?
But that was 2 on the nose.
A Johnny Cake cobbler.
Oh, that's a dummy.
Crummy.
I'm gonna go crummy.
It's a crummy. Yeah. It's a small cornmeal cake. And we'll do one more.
Yeah.
A vanilla paddy waddy.
It's a crummy, surely.
Yeah, I think that's a crummy.
I'm gonna go dummy.
It's a dummy.
Oh,
What are the scores, Joe?
It was I have 6, Ash got 5, and Dave's got 3.
Ah. So that was a crummy or dummy. Do you have a favourite cake?
Look, right, when you're playing these
velvet.
type of games,
birthday
a
cake.
fisherman recognises another fisherman from afar.
Did you like it?
That's
Was it
good,
all
very
right?
good. I like smooth dick. It was my favourite. Sounds like
Well, I did that because it's just a spotted dick
I
with a
thought it was.
season.
Yeah.
I thought it was a trick question. That one. I
see,
thought like that.
me and Matt have got. We can work
Smooth
out
dicks.
our others. We've got massive dicks, and they.
Mine's got spots on it though.
But mine is smooth, so I knew he was referring to my smooth, childlike dick.
Have you been doing this again? Cover your dicks.
Can you imagine like having a date? Like, why don't you come back to mine and touch my smooth, childlike dick?
There's potential legal grey spots. That whole sentence as well.
She'll be like, I'll be there in 2.
Yeah. Or I haven't used it before, but
Come back to mine. Touch my smooth, childlike dick.
Well-
it's gone dad brown.
It comes in multiple flavours.
My childlike dad brown dick.
well, you know what? That was on my Tinder profile for a long time. I did wonder
Well.
why I wasn't getting any
Smooth,
matches.
childlike
I don't know why you didn't get all the matches.
My name is Joe. 5'7", smooth childlike dick.
Slightly brown. How's it
I get loads of girls message me and they go, "Ooh, 5'7". And that is a true story, sadly. So what have we got next?
Well, sorry, but while on this subject, on the subject of Tinder and that,
Oh, don't.
it was always because I'm 5'11", as Matt Grayson always says, 1 inch short. You know, they're always like, I want 6 foot, and they used to always get the, how tall are you? And I'd be like, I'm 5'11", but you know, it's a pretty normal size. Mm-hmm. And they'd be like, oh, and then I'd come back with, how much do you weigh? They didn't like that.
No,
How big are your tits?
I'm 6'3", and it would always kind of be the same reaction as well. Like, oh.
Well, that's why I put down I'm 11'7" on stilts.
Look, right. You lot have no reason to complain. Like, if we're gonna go into this, let's go into this hard.
Right.
I'm 5'7", and I've never had a problem with my height until I joined Tinder for the first time in my 30s.
Yeah.
And fuck me, that's generalizing. People are obsessed with height. Yeah. Like, they didn't want to talk to you, and a lot of people just didn't want to talk to you unless you were 6 foot. And this is an interesting one. I've just brought up an old profile that I saved. I saved a few of these, but this is quite a funny one. This girl, so she's put, first of all, 5'3". She's 5'3". Remember this, because this will be important for later on down the list.
Than me.
Exactly. So she's a mum of one. She's a personal trainer / coach. So we're pretty normal so far. Mm-hmm. Man, not boy. No smokers, drinkers, or drug users. So basically, no one fun. Yeah, like I think we've all been counted out.
Oh no, wait, Jesus
already. A foot taller than me. So only Dave qualifies. So out of 4 of us, only Dave qualifies. But Dave, unfortunately, I saw you drinking a beer. Out. So far we've got no smokers, drinkers, drug users, and they've got to be 6'3" and over. Gym guys only.
Doesn't have much demand.
This next point just says food. Don't know what that means.
Food.
Just she likes food, maybe.
I enjoy food. I enjoy food for living. Without it, I would die.
My body needs
fuck
food.
Boys or time wasters.
I mean, that's all right.
If you can cook, I'll happily wash up. Someone who wants kids. This one I found interesting. No bad kisses. No one admits to being a bad kisser. we all know you're out there, bad kissers. There might be one of us. Might be a bad kisser. I don't know.
Why don't we all kiss each other? And
I've only kissed you, Matt, and you're quite good.
Well, right.
No, oh God, here he comes.
Dave just went up to the camera and kissed it.
No crazy. I'll rattle through the last ones. No crazy exes, no Snapchat filters, no BS, and you've got to be confident and classy. So
you are fucked.
And she was butters as well. She wasn't very good looking. If she was like,
I haven't had butters in ages.
Yeah, if she was Jessica Alba level, and she was reeling off these demands, I'd be like, fair enough. Yeah. You are of the 1% of beautiful people, but she was butters.
Yeah,
she was a buttery mess.
But the thing is, like in most scenarios, that for women, it's not usually a problem. Guys will just blow like it.
Sorry, guys do what? They turn into Yogi Bear.
Hi. I like it. I want the vagina.
Yeah, bamboo. I want some vagina tonight.
I want to get some vaginas tonight. Pick.
Can I just stop everyone?
Oh no, I am not 6'3".
Can we just stop? Stop. We had 3 different impressions of Yogi Bear there. I think Dave's was quite good. Ash's was Indian, but like a poo Indian from The Simpsons, and Matt's was weirdly like South, like like Cornwall, like the West Country.
All right, there, my lover.
Something in your picnic basket there, my lover.
Your
picnic basket and tractor.
I'll take you down to show the seaside and take you to the picnic.
Well, Yogi Bear's got to come from the UK as well.
Don't be.
To be fair, he spent a lot of time in the woods, so he probably would be quite a regional accented bear. So
I win.
Have you had an accident that was your fault? Don't like taking the blame? Well then why don't you visit Blame Me? Why do? Here are some of the testimonies. Hello! I was on a train and someone said to me, you can't press that or you'll hurt yourself. So I pressed it and now I've lost
lost a hand, and it was completely my fault. But thanks to what's it called again?
Blame me, Whito.
Blame me, Whito. I got £5 whole to help me get a new arm. Thank you.
And this gentleman, well, this is just tragic.
So, like, was like hanging out with my mates on like railway tracks and things, and like a train came along and I smashed my fucking legs in blood. They don't work no more. So like I contact a company, right? They gave me like £2 TD3. £2 TD3. Couldn't you believe that? So much money now that man don't even know what to do.
At least this one has a bit of a happy ending.
I haven't had an accident, although my mum said the accident was me, and she didn't actually want me. So, yeah, thank you. Whido.
This is the latest dispatch just received in our news.
Zin Podcast, bringing you the latest news from around the world with Victor Garsley, Crowboy, Frankenstein, and Mr. Graves. This is Shit News. Yeah, sir. It's shit news.
Welcome to Shit News, the new show we couldn't give a better name to. This is where we give you the roundup that the lamestream media just won't. So this week in news, we've got Jacqueline Josser, I don't know who that is, soaks up son in denim hot pants and a vest top. I mean, wow. And
I hope she was social distancing.
I just want to let you guys know, this just in, the top was yellow.
Was she 2 meters from the sun?
She was 2 meters from the sun. The Earth is flat and the sun is 12 miles away. David Beckham made
a mighty big jump. Sorry.
David Beckham has built a beehive. I repeat, built. And Katie Price confronts ex Chris Boyson after falling out with Bianca Gascoigne. So that's your hit.
Okay.
What I really want to focus on is a woman has bought some duck eggs from Waitrose, and she hatched them into real ducks, and she's called them Beep, Meep, and Peep.
Oh,
and they're fucking adorable. Basically, she bought some duck eggs and she incubated them for some reason, and she heard little beeping sounds, and the ducks started to emerge from their shells.
Really?
And I think that's really cute, and I love it.
That is wonderful.
Nice.
I didn't know you could just get any eggs. I
don't
thought they had to be.
You can't.
Think you can. I don't really know how this
They
happens.
have to be fertilized, don't they?
They have to be fertilised. They can't.
And surely it would have died.
Did she just buy loads of them and just?
She said, let's see. She saw a video of a woman incubating quail eggs, and she tried to size similar with duck eggs bought in a Waitrose. She incubated the eggs for a month. So I'm guessing that maybe there's something the way they do duck eggs and quail eggs than they do chicken eggs.
Maybe
they let the ducks fuck.
If anybody knows this, please message us and let us know.
Yeah, what's the email address?
Sinandginpodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah, we haven't had sex, so we don't really know how it works.
What, sorry?
Does a stalk deliver a stalk?
So yeah, that's my news. A hot scoop coming in from Dartford.
Hello, yes, hello. There's a hurricane going through. Whoa! Whoa! Yes. So.
Oh, sorry. Whoa!
Yeah, thank you.
Petition calls for statue of Guar's odorous Orangus to replace Robert E. Lee.
Who?
What?
Sorry, say that whole sentence.
Okay. So, you know the statue of Robert E. Lee that's now been removed due to the BLM movement, the Confederate general?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There is now a petition with 15,000 signatures to replace it with a statue of the lead singer of GWAR.
Oh my God!
Brilliant.
So, if you are unfamiliar with GWAR, they won the Eurovision Song Contest.
No, they didn't.
That's the
You're
different
thinking of
band,
Lorde.
mate.
Oh
You're
no,
thinking
sorry.
of
Yeah,
Lorde.
I'm being a Lorde. Yeah. Yeah, sorry. Ignore what I just said about that. But yeah, GWAR are pretty much the same type of thing as Lorde.
They dress up. They paint themselves red, don't they?
Yeah,
They're
all
in costumes.
Yeah,
They're in
they all
costumes.
dress up as monsters and stuff like that. So yeah, a new petition is calling for a statue of the late Gua frontman, real name David Brockie, to be erected in his adopted home state of Virginia. And it notes there's an opening in Richmond where a statue of Confederate general is scheduled for removal.
Good.
Although Brockie was born in Canada, his family moved to Virginia when he was a child. He was a co-founder of Gua, a shock rock band known for its wild costumes and a violent stage show where copious amounts of fake blood and other fluids spew into an ecstatic audience.
I was going to say, I saw them at the same thing I was talking about the other week. That thing that you did the sound for, Heavy Fest. They played that.
Played Heavy?
Oh, did they?
Yeah, and they sprayed a lot of blood over the front row.
Yeah. They always have. Recently, they have like a fake Donald Trump, like a guy in a big fake over the top like suit, really bulbous and stuff like that, and they hack its head off, and then when the head comes off, it always flops off, and then like there's like 2 tubes of fake blood just pissing red blood.
That's better than the time I saw Bowling for Soup and they fucked an inflatable sheep.
So guys, I've just checked the signatures now. So when that article was written, it had 15,000 signatures. How many do you reckon it's got now?
Oh God, go on, tell us.
It's going to have gone up a fair bit, surely.
54,000.
Yes.
Nice.
Can you imagine?
That would be so good.
They're replacing the... So I just need to mention that Brockie died of an accidental heroin overdose in 2014.
Don't take heroin.
And yeah, so let's hope that becomes a thing, because I think that's wonderful.
Sorry, I do have to point out that you said accidental heroin overdose and then said, let's hope that becomes a thing, because that's absolutely wonderful.
No. All right. That's not, you know full well that's not what I meant.
I'm all about neutral newscasting, so I just needed to clarify. Mr. Graves, coming in live.
Yes.
So
I've discovered from the other side of the world, over in Cambodia. In Cambodia. Holiday in Cambodia. A man has been using live landmines to decorate his front yard.
Oh, yeah.
Cute.
So in Cambodia...
I did wonder what you said when you put this in the chat.
For those of you that don't understand, we drop little notes to make sure we don't get the same news or the same ideas.
Like a keyword.
Yeah, just to make it safe, basically. And we will have to drop little supple hints. And
supple hints. Your hints are always so supple.
My hints are so supple.
They have been darkening with age, though.
Darker. But basically, in Cambodia, I don't know if you do know, but there's roughly about 4 to 6 million unexploded mines in Cambodia at the moment from previous.
Sorry, 4 to 6 million.
Yes. Yeah,
hell.
Unexploded, still sitting in areas of Cambodia from
Banging.
the 1980s and 90s. It is off the charts right now.
God,
but basically, there are officials out there that their job is to remove these unexploded mines. But technically, it is illegal for normal people to go and get rid of.
Matt got me.
Still
I'm
laughing
so
away.
sorry. No, it's Matt. It's when he said he's banging. I can't.
Maybe you have to deal with when you do things like
Oh my God.
Sorry, go on.
Sorry, Dave. Carry on.
No, disgusting.
You're a respectable newscaster. We're so proud of you.
Go on, continue.
Basically, there are groups of people in Cambodia that will illegally go and find mines and get rid of them. You know, they're doing good things, but they're not registered to go out there and look for mines. And this man, on his own accord, was going out and looking for landmines, and somehow got to a point where he could detect them, even though they were still active, collect them. Whereas most people would detonate them or get rid of them at the point they find them. He was collecting them while they were still active and then hanging them from a tree in his front garden to a point where he had so many hanging and other types of ammunition such as unexploded bombs, gun bullets and stuff like that, all hanging around in his garden, that his local neighbours were complaining to the residents.
When you fucking, like, if his house, if all they all went off, the whole neighbourhood fucking goes.
Well, that's it. Imagine like you're like the postman and you walk into the front garden, you're there like fucking there, and then you look up and you're like, oh,
fucking paperboy lobs a bloody newspaper. Just hits them.
I mean, it's nice to have a hobby, but
yeah, I know, yeah.
I just read as well, 64,000 people since the 1980s have been hurt or killed with.
I also digged into it a little bit more about landmines. And do you know what the most common thing they use to detect landmines? And I think most people think they go around
Dogs?
with no, but this is the thing. So I thought it'd be dogs or something that you would train and something
Seagulls.
like that. They train giant African rats.
Oh.
Yeah, they've been using giant African rats because it turns out they're a lot quicker. A giant African rat can clear an area within 30 minutes, which would take a human being a whole day to clear that one area using like metal detectors and stuff like that.
Very interesting.
They've
You should have
trained
done that
these
as your
giant
Count
African rats.
Factula.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would have been better, wouldn't it? You know.
Yeah. We can't have double mind stuff though. Can we?
I'm just wondering what that neighbour's letter to that guy is.
Yeah.
Well, you can use the generator that we used a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, they were like,
That's
the
not good,
automatic
please.
mine detector.
Stop, please.
Stop putting
That's
mines
not
in your
good,
garden.
please.
Oh, Ash, have you got some hot sexual news for us?
I wouldn't say it's sexual, but it's certainly disturbing. Maybe.
Well, someone will find it
My
sexy.
kind of sexual.
Yeah.
I love it already.
Okay, so a member of a house share in London has claimed that they discovered their letting agent had secretly been living in their house for 2 days. The creepiest story is that the unnamed tenant said that their letting agent had come over unannounced earlier this week to inspect the property. They left him to get on with it and assumed he had exited the place a short while later. However, they soon discovered a light had been left on in their spare room and the door was locked. So they messaged asking the letting agent to return and switch it off as they didn't have a key. This is where it gets odd. The tenant claims to have received a reply from the man telling him that he was still in the house.
What?
The person wrote, I texted to ask him to come and turn the light off and he admitted that he was here in the house. After we confronted him, he proceeded to lie and said he had informed us all that he was staying here for a few days, which none of us had had any clue. He said he's planning on living here on a permanent basis and has signed a contract and paid deposit, etc. And landlords are our neighbours, and they said that's not true. So the landlord said that they think he should leave and hand over the keys. Thankfully, he did. However, he's locked the door to the spare room again, and we suspect he has another set of keys. I got a ladder and looked through the window, and all of his stuff is still there. Stale, uncovered croissants, clothes, alcohol, grooming products, and something that looks disturbingly like a fleshlight amongst
Oh.
Oh.
I like the way, though, out of all those things that they focused on uncovered croissant. Like, why does it need to be uncovered?
As well as being concerned about having a rando creep in the housemates also had the additional worry about potentially catching coronavirus from the stranger.
Well, if you're going to eat his uncovered croissants, it will happen.
Use the fleshlight.
We have all been careful and abided by the government.
Communal fleshlight.
Oh. I think I'll leave it there. That's put me off the story.
Can I ask a question? Can I ask a question about the fleshlight? And call me naive, but I mean,
So, do you want to describe what a fleshlight is for those listeners who don't know what it is?
Well, fleshlight's like the whole reason it's called a fleshlight is because it looks like a flashlight.
It's like the equivalent of a dildo that a woman has.
Isn't it?
It's a reverse dildo.
Reverse dildo.
It looks like a flashlight. It looks like a flashlight, and it's got a kind of rubber vagina.
I'm sorry, I'm from the UK. What's a flashlight?
A torch, a big
thank
fat
you.
fucking torch, Dave. You dick.
Torchlight is a computer game.
You
so
got
it
your
doesn't quite work
flashlight?
the same.
Yeah, and it's got little vagina lips in it, and you fuck it, I guess, because people.
Why not?
Well,
What else
hands
do you
and
do? You don't, like,
vaginas
look at it
have
and
always
blow it
satisfied
kisses?
me just fine. But anyway,
If you don't have hands or vagina,
we don't have hands. How the fuck are you using a flashlight?
How are you using the flashlight?
use the stumps. Yeah.
Tape it to the wall.
You're ignorant, you are.
Okay, so
Maybe it's just a willy accessory.
Have
Just
you
shoves
seen-
it on and leaves
no,
it.
my question is, how the fuck do you clean it? Because a dildo, I get how you clean that because everything's on the outside. You've got a very long crevice
Does like the
filled
vagina
with semen.
does the vagina bit like come out?
Well, I don't know.
You
I think,
basically
do you put it in the
your mouth on
dishwasher?
and suck.
Oh, like fucking getting oil out of a car.
Oh,
Just don't swallow.
God almighty.
God, when did I have pineapple? But do you put it in the dish? Do you put it in the dishwasher? What's the deal?
But
Your mum finds it
Hey,
with the fucking spatulas.
Have you seen that Bluetooth one? I saw it was
Oh, does it play music?
No, it was some like video on YouTube I saw. They had like this rapper and this porn star talking about this new device, and you basically put a flash.
Oh, with 2 Chainz.
You put a flashlight in this like machine, and there's also a dildo. So when the girl uses the dildo, it does the same motion in this like robotic fleshlight that moves back and forth.
So it's like a lockdown.
So it's a male or female.
Yeah, so if you're in 2 different places, like even around the world, she could be using a dildo, and that motion that she's doing would happen on your dick. From around the world.
I was looking at the website, actually. The technology is quite advanced. There's a VR version where you can buy one with VR goggles.
Yeah, they relate to VR porn. So whatever happens in the porn episode, it will enact it on the thing that you're using.
It's fucking mental.
Yeah, they're all like programmed to work with whatever's being played.
I know.
Have you seen?
Got an unboxing on Victor and the Bully next week.
Well, have you seen the documentaries about?
You got an unboxing and then a boxing.
Have you seen any documentaries about like the sex dolls, the robotic sex dolls?
Yeah.
Because it's getting to the point now where they're starting to look more realistic.
Okay, I've got a question. Would you ever want to give one a go?
Well, this is the point. So they're starting to look more realistic than they did in like the 90s. But the problem is they're getting to that point where have you ever heard of the phrase uncanny valley?
Yeah.
Like
So uncanny valley is a thing where it's like you see cartoons and you can tell that a cartoon of something is human because it's drawn like a human, but you could tell it's a cartoon. There's a point where things get more realistic, and they get to the point of just being realistic enough, but also you can kind of tell that it's not. It's like computer game graphics.
Yeah.
You can kind of tell that something's really off about it. So like a robot woman, and it starts to become really creepy because it's like an off human, and that's where it's got to for me, because they all look like women that are dead behind the eyes.
Oh yeah, they are weird. The thing is, if I was ever to have the opportunity, that's a great face, Dave. Dave's doing
you've got a great sex robot face.
I will suck you off.
I bet you've never heard that before.
The thing is, at the time, if I ever got a chance to do it, at the time I'd probably enjoy it and be like, yeah, all right, But then I think once the moment I finished, I'd be so ashamed of myself.
Well, that's like me every time I have sex.
That's why you cry. I'd be like, oh, and then you got to clean it up.
Well, this is the problem, isn't it? It's you finish, and then you've got to clean it up while you're,
doesn't bring its own taxi.
Also, where do you store it? Like, if you're having your parent, like, that's a lot of storage.
Yeah, but don't put it in storage. You stick it on the dining table chair next to you.
The people that own
this is my girlfriend, Mum. This is my girlfriend, Tiffany.
The people that own that kind of thing, usually, it's like those people that have those Japanese love pillows, and they bring them on the train and stuff. It's just
bring them on the train.
Yeah, have you not seen? They like bring it everywhere.
Japanese love pillows are.
Well, they're like long anime pillows that are like the size of a human.
I know about the
and they have like an anime girl on it doing
the train.
Oh right.
Yeah, there's lots of pictures. People
what, like this?
Oh, like hang on.
And people get really attached to them and stuff, so they bring them out. Oh. It's kind of sad, and it mostly is men. Let's put it out there.
I love how every segment of this in so far has gone completely off.
Yeah, but it's good because we love chatting shit.
So what do we have next, Mr.
What's her name, Dave?
Boy?
We've got Dave's got his pillow. Dave's got his bed pillow. It's quite a bulky pillow.
It's an Emma mattress pillow.
Oh. Have you got an Emma mattress? Emma, would you like to sponsor us and send us free mattresses?
Emma, really good mattress. So give us some more free mattresses.
So we're gonna round this podcast off with a nice bit of Blank O Mattic, baby.
Oh yeah.
Thanks for that, Matt.
If you're in a band and you want to play music to between 0 and 5 people, then get in contact with me and Villery for the Rock Matrix, and you can have your opportunity to play in front of 0 to 5 people. If you want payment, we've got payment. For any band that works for us, you can get 1 jam sandwich. If you're in an 8-piece band, then you can have 1 jam sandwich. If you're in a 2-piece band, you can have 1 jam sandwich. That's all you get for playing your gig. 1 jam sandwich. So come down to Rock Matrix and we'll get you to play in front of maximum 5 people.
Blank O Mattic, it's chromatic, it's dramatic. Blank O Mattic, it's Blank O Mattic.
Listen up, motherfuckers. It's time for Blank O Mattic.
Wow, that was aggressive opening segment.
So, yes, it is time for Blank O Mattic. The Blank O Mattic is where we find a random generator online. We fill in the missing words that it needs, such as nouns, adjectives, verbs, adverbs, and other things, to create a story or a letter or weird things. And this week, we are going to write a short story called My Best Friend The Cannibal.
Oh.
Very, very on brand.
Yeah, exactly. Very
Zeri.
food. Oh, no.
Zeri.
Exemplary.
Just like that. I've had a few drinks. I'm feeling good. So, sorry, I'm having a drink.
Take a drink.
First, we need a female person's name.
Regina or Regina.
Regina.
Regina
Mugglebottom.
Sex horse.
Sex.
Regina Sex Horse.
Regina. Sex horse.
Sex Horsington.
Sex Horsington.
Oh, now that makes sense.
Yes, yeah.
Yes. Regina Sex Horsington. A number.
7.
7.
Shinty 6.
653.
653. Okay. Always or sometimes?
Always.
Never.
Don't be contrary.
No, I'm going to write always because I don't want to put in anything too weird with the yes/no questions because otherwise it will fuck it really up. An adjective.
Zesty.
Beefy.
Beefy, yeah.
Beefy. Another always or sometimes.
Maybe change up sometimes.
Sometimes. Okay. Another adjective.
Abhorrent.
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 What's that?
It's just like offensive.
It's an adjective.
It's like offensive, isn't it? Like oh, that's abhorrent.
I don't really like that one. I think we can do better than abhorrent.
Zesty.
Yeah. Zesty?
Yeah, zesty.
Fine, you fucking plebs.
Mate, you had like 90% of the last fucking Blank O Mattic.
Wait, okay, all right, Joe, this is where you can come in with yours. Zesty, you got it with that?
No,
zesty. All right.
Zesty.
All right, we don't need you.
Fucking
Dave, come on.
Quiet.
Zesty.
Feedback received.
Zesty.
I can't think of a word that begins with Z apart from zebras. Zesty zebras.
That's not an adjective.
Okay, zesty. We're just gonna have plain old boring zesty.
Yeah, thanks, Joe.
Yeah,
you've ruined this now.
Yeah, Joe, you fucked it. This is gonna be shit now.
Always or never?
Always.
Never.
All right, Ash, what are you going for?
We've had always already, so I'm going to say never.
Thank you, Ash. Love you, Ash.
We've also had never, haven't we?
No,
I said that as a joke.
And we need another number.
7.
You really want that, don't you?
Shinty 6.
Shinty 6.
That's not a number. Shinty.
Oh no! It will
Twelfty.
only let me type in a number.
Oh, God, what is this one?
You can read it. You can read
hell.
it.
79,682.5.
Okay, a verb, present that ends in S.
Present that ends in S.
Sword fightings.
Nope.
Dabbings.
Fartings.
Fartings.
Sexings.
Enjoys. No.
Many sexings.
Sniffs. Many sexings.
Sniffs many sexings.
Sniffing many Sniffing many sexings.
Sniffing.
There they come. Here's one.
That's it. That's better.
Many sexings.
Oh no, I was keeping out the last bit.
No.
Two numbers.
Oh, okay. 3.14159.
Oh, I see what you did there.
159. And another number.
7.
69. I'm going to put 69.
There you go. I was going to say.
Okay.
Why not?
what a number.
Someone went there.
Okay.
Have you ever seen, right, guys, have you noticed that 69 looks like, like a
8.
person on top of another person doing sex?
Or
move?
8,008.
What?
8,008.
Joe, no, sorry, Ash, don't interrupt. Joe, what are you on about?
So imagine, right, if a guy's lying down and his penis is erect. And imagine a lady is also lying down, but like the opposite way round on top of him.
Right.
So like her lady tuppence is near his
Lady tuppence up on the gubbins.
Gubbins.
Yeah. That looks like a 69.
What?
Oh my God.
I never thought of it like that.
Fuck.
I never thought of it.
Mate.
Have I just blown your mind?
Oh, mental.
Okay, so
Mental.
No, wait a minute. Wait. I see it now.
Have you got an erection like me?
Hey, Dave, we've all got erections. Come on.
Come on, during this podcast.
how do you think we do sin and gin? Okay, we need a living being, such as a baby wolf teenager.
How about baby wolf
Teen.
teenager?
No, come on, we can do better than that.
Cedric the magic poo flake.
Cedric the magic.
Good old Cedric.
He's got his own theme tune already.
You had to add flake on the end of it. Poo flake.
Cedric the magic.
And when you read that back, it's got
Wonderful.
to be sang Cedric the magic poo
No!
flake.
It all just fucking disappeared.
Oh, Matthew.
Oh, no.
It's right. No, it's right. I remember it. Go through again.
All
I
right,
remember.
cut it here.
All right. Okay, cool. So what's next?
Months, years, days, hours.
Are we choosing between them, or are we stating
Two or
months?
Oh, no, we actually have to say a specific
It is the
time.
6th.
Bi-weekly.
I
By
think we have
Curious
to-
Weekly.
I think we have to say a specific date in time.
When's the best date? What's the best date?
Of course.
Christmas.
Or
6th of September.
Well, why don't we? I tell you what. Why don't we make up an event?
Cedric. What would Cedric's birthday be?
The festival.
Cedric
The erection of the Gwar statue.
Yeah, the erection of my penis.
I think we should have the festival of. Well, it does say
Arts.
months, years, days, hours. So I think we just need to put a number.
Well, are we picking a name of this thing?
Bi-weekly.
Yeah, the examples are just giving numbers.
Well, then just put numbers in, yeah.
1907.
Yep, good year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we need
Number of world wars 0.
we need another adjective.
Toasty.
What's that?
Did you say pasty?
Pasty. Pastry.
Toasty.
Oh,
Toasty. I like toasty.
Toasty and come on, Joe. This is your.
Oh,
Toasty
are we adding to it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not enough. We just want
Toasty and roasty.
Toasty, roasty, and a bit ghosty.
Yeah.
You don't even need me.
Sit down, Joe. I'll wait.
Toasty, roasty, and a bit ghosty. A verb. You right there, Ash. A verb ending in ing.
Oh, swinging in the rain.
Swinging.
I feel like we need more cannibal references. This is a cannibal thing.
Fleshy.
Part of body.
Oh, okay. That bit of your eye that gets crust in it.
That bit of your eye that gets
You want to touch it?
crust
Oh,
in
you
it.
touched yours and I'm paranoid.
Yeah, you can't. It's got to be done.
Go crust everywhere.
Oh, everyone's...
I'm crusty.
Okay, so we need 3 separate family members.
As in, are we naming as in like cousin? Or
Yeah, so like mother, father, cousin, blah blah blah. But this, it
Auntie.
doesn't have to. We can have, karate
sexy little
instructor.
smooth cousin?
Sexy little smooth cousin.
And just what about yes, daddy?
Oh no.
Yes. Oh,
Oh no, I don't like that.
Have sexy little smooth cousin and yes, daddy.
I don't like it.
That
I
doesn't
don't
work.
like it.
I don't think it works.
I'm calling my mum. I don't like it.
We can have something with daddy though.
Moist mother.
Daddy long legs.
Leather daddy.
Daddy, daddy.
Leather daddy long legs.
The daddy long legs.
Well, that's a lot of leather to cover those long legs.
Now. The leather daddy.
Long legs.
Leather daddy long legs.
And one more. Auntie.
Mummy supple knee.
Just your mum.
No. Come on.
Auntie Janet's supple leather knee. Auntie Janet's supple knee.
But that's not a person. It's just a body part.
That's a name.
Yeah, but
It's got to be a person.
okay. Uncle
Auntie
Bumhole.
Chiswick.
Caring cousins.
Auntie Chiswick.
Auntie Jizwig's married to Uncle Bumhole.
Auntie Chiswick and Uncle Bumhole.
Auntie Jizwigs and Uncle Bumhole. Good. We're fucking
That one
adults.
person.
I can't believe this.
Plus 30 years of age.
One more adjective.
Oh,
Twat.
fucking wetted.
Waited.
Soggy.
Well, we haven't had a creamy yet.
Soggy. Oh, we haven't had a cream. Yeah.
We haven't had a creamy.
Can we have a
Yeah,
soggy
no,
creamy?
All right, I'll put creamy.
Creamy/wetted.
Wetted creamy.
I'll put in creamy and wetted. Okay, another family member.
Weirdly sexual uncle Jonathan.
The toast guru.
That's not a family member.
Where's your
Brother toasted guru.
No, it's got to be like the collective family guru, Shaznat the Grey. I don't know.
Brother
Coven
Shaznat the Grey.
Brother Munter.
Uncle Fritzl?
I'm putting
Uncle
brother
Fritzl. I quite like Uncle Fritzl.
Okay, I'm putting Uncle Fritzl.
In brackets, don't ask him about his basement.
Uncle Fritzl, the basement bro.
Basement bro.
Fucking hell. And last one, which this one needs to be epic. A random quote.
Life is a journey.
Live, laugh, love.
Don't put salt in your Japsai.
Stop stealing.
I bought you these.
Stop stealing.
You best fuck them.
If you get spaff in your hair, bubblegum won't get it out.
Oh!
I like the first bit. If you get spaff in your hair,
Let me lick it out.
Call the Ghostbusters.
If you get spaff in your hair, be aware.
It's
of
for
the
a scare.
Spaff bear.
The spaff bear.
He
if
fucking
you get
gets
spaff in your hair,
yeah. Be aware
Spaff bear.
of
Be
the
aware.
spaff bear. He fucking loves young boy semen.
Don't you dare.
of the
Fucking hell.
he loves young boy semen.
Hyphen Gandhi.
Dandy!
I'm gonna just write young boy semen and Gandhi.
And Gandhi.
He likes
Okay.
candy as well.
What's their set target audience be?
Okay, fucking hell. What is this? Are we ready?
Yes.
I don't think I am, Matthew.
Nah.
Everyone take a drink. Okay.
Taking drink.
So, my best friend, the cannibal. Her name is Regina Sex Horsington. I've known her since I was 653. She always used to act beefy, and she sometimes smelt of zesty skin.
Oh.
I never asked why. It's only when we turned 7 that she confessed she was a cannibal.
Oh.
Yeah.
She's sniffing many sexing people between the age of 3.14159 to 69. Okay, it's starting off pretty
A weird age group.
No wonder whenever she vomited, it smelled like regurgitated Cedric the Magic Flake flesh.
Cedric the Magic Poo Flake.
Cedric the Magic Poo Flake.
You meant to sing it.
Oh, sorry. No wonder whenever she vomited, it smelled like regurgitated Cedric the Magic Poo Flake flesh. A few 1,907 after she What? A few 1907 after she confessed, she made a really toasty roasty and a bit ghosty habit of swinging up and down my bit of uriah that gets crust in it.
Oh.
She has already eaten my sexy little smooth cousin. Leather Daddy Longlegs, Auntie Jizzwigs,
Oh, no.
and Uncle Bumhole,
Oh,
and creamy and wetted Uncle Fritzl, the basement bro.
Uncle Fritzl.
I sent her to get a therapist one time, but she came back saying, I don't have one anymore. Not before diagnosing her with having ADHD.
Oh, sad.
She always tells me if you get spaff in your hair, be aware of the spaff bear. He loves young boys, semen and gandy. And that she won't eat me, but I don't trust her anymore.
Oh dear. What's it? If you get spaff in your hair, be aware.
If you get spaff in your hair, be aware of the spaff bear. He loves young boys, semen and gandy.
I mean, right. So he loves young boys, but he is on a spiritual journey.
Yeah.
Not only have you got to be aware of the spaff bear, he is aware.
Everything.
You become the spaff bear.
Yeah. That's true enlightenment.
So-
that was a thing, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was the Blank O Mattic. This new website we're using is coming out with some weird stuff.
In America, I suppose you'd call it Mad Libs. It's quite a common thing.
Oh yeah, yeah. I forgot about.
They used to
that
have whole
phrase.
books about it, didn't they? But yeah.
Oh, mate.
Fuck me. So yeah, cool.
This is the Blank O Mattic.
Yeah, maybe I'll bring some of this to my presentation tomorrow.
Yeah, I think that's a
should.
great idea.
That'd be a great idea.
I'm like, guys, right? That's enough about numbers and charts. Let's talk about the spaff bear and how he's aware and how he can sort you out if you got something in there.
Like so childlike willies.
Yeah, you'll get fired for that. So I've tried to use the Blank O Mattic with like other people, like my family. Like we just finished dinner, we're hanging out. And
hanging out.
And like
Hanging out after
sometimes it
dinner.
works, but they don't really get it. Like I'll be like, cool, right, do an adjectives, and they'll be like, warm. And I'm like,
Yeah.
No, come on.
No,
Like-
no. You're
like,
doing it
And
wrong.
I'm like, right, think of a name. They're like, John. No.
John the Egg.
Like, yeah,
Imagine
exactly.
that name.
Have John the Eggman, not fucking just John.
Yeah, but some people's minds don't
Any
work in
people
absolute.
pop up.
people aren't
Some
as
people's
stupid.
minds don't work in 45-degree angles like ours do.
Yeah,
We're
not
broken.
I'm pretty sure it's a good 300-degree angle. We're all going
That's-
on here
ooh,
because it's
300
definitely
degrees.
fucking out there. It's not 360.
That's all the way around almost, but
That's it. It's not 360. It's 300.
3.141596.
So yeah, so this is a Sin and Jim podcast. If you have any games, ideas, or silliness you'd like us to
or you
discuss,
want to just insult us?
if you want to send us
Bunch of wankers.
pictures of your please,
Dad Willies.
Particularly
please send it to sinandginpodcast@gmail.com. We love you very much. Thank you for continuing to listen to us rabble on, and huzzah.
Rabble.
Rabble.